Hello everyone and welcome back to another DrAce video. Today we're going to be here in the German GP and it's time for the Sachsenring. As usual, we'll be starting from the back of the grid, but today we're going to be using adaptive AI to see if it can challenge us more than the 120% difficulty. Ladies and gentlemen, let battle commence. So here we go then, starting from the back of the grid, utilising adaptive AI, fingers crossed. This one is going to be tight and contested, and as we go off the line, that does not fill me with confidence. We've already found 10 positions going into turn 1, already up to 20th, and now getting through. We're up and past teammate Dennis on Chu already, past the 2 Mark VDS riders as well. We're up to the 14th position, we're in the point scoring positions now. But I guess that's not too different to the usual way that we challenge things here on the 120% AI, but goodness me, is that Alberto Arenas just taking his time through the Omega corner? It's difficult when you're trying to go full throttle, but a rider in front of you just impeding your progress ever so slightly. The man on board the Fantic Racing Kalex has been dispossessed of, and now we can start working our way through the pack. So there is Sergio Garcia on the left-hand side of the screen as we move our way up to 11th place. So far, not so different actually. It doesn't feel any more easier or any more difficult. I guess we'll really start to know when we start doing the lap times. Of course, I did the video with Fermin Aldeguer around the circuit not too long ago, so I do feel rather fresh around the Sachsenring. Have been doing a bit of MotoGP videos for you this week, and even tried the Superbike 22 mod, so I'll have to try and get back into the feeling of it, but more or less everything feels pretty solid, and I feel good coming out of that final corner. I went for the medium tyres today. It was recommended to go for the mediums, and to be honest, I did panic thinking the soft would not last the duration of the 21 laps here in the Sachsenring, but so far the medium tyre hasn't even warmed up. It's still rather cold, unlike the weather in England right now as of today. It's rather warm here today actually. Windows open, so I'm probably going to have some sort of interruption from some sort of vehicular transport outside. Either a lorry goes past, ice cream van, or that pillar who has that really loud exhaust. Or I think last time we got interrupted was on music as well, so we'll see how this one progresses. But as it stands, I am rather relaxed about this one. I have a feeling that the oh goodness me, got contact there with Tony Arbolino. Surely he's seen me going for that lunge into the left-hander there. A little bit brain dead is the AI sometimes. Whoa, I just touched the rear tyre of Manuel Gonzalez. Never mind, it's me who's the one who's lacking in the intelligence form in this part, going into the Ralph Waldrum curve. And now onto the left-hand side, cleanly as you like. Was carving our way through on Manuel Gonzalez. Was he really trying to go around the outside there? He was so wide. Can we get through on Joe though? I'm afraid not. So into the left-hand side then, the 13th corner and final corner here in the Sachsenring. And the biggest difference I'm noticing, especially now on the straights, is like the adaptive AI don't actually accelerate 100%. Maybe they're a little bit gentle upon the throttle. But as it looks, we are setting 1 minute 24s, which is not particularly impressive there. I mean, we did carve our way through in a couple of riders. I made a bit of contact with Manuel Gonzalez as well in the early stages of the Grand Prix, or at least the last stage of that lap. But the AI looked to be incredibly... Look at this, we're able just to squeeze our way through on Fermin Aldeguer there without any problem whatsoever. And now into left-hander, Alonso Lopez is taking his time here. We're already through from the last place in the grid at 30th. That's a 29 position improvement already within 2.5 laps. Ladies and gentlemen, I did the effort. I tried to do, 5 or 6 races with adaptive AI, and I don't think it's done us any favours, has it? I think I am ready to wash my hands with the adaptive AI. I'd wanted to try it. I know a lot of you guys were saying, why not try adaptive AI again? Maybe it will be better. I kind of already knew the answer, but I wanted to try it because, of course, you've got to try these things. God loves a trier. So I'm afraid this is not going to be much cop. Across the line there, 126.6. That's quite a lot slower than the video I did with Fermin Aldeguer. I do believe in that video it was sub 1 minute 22s and then quite a lot of 1 minute 22. So we'll have to try and gauge it from there. But now I think about it, these bikes aren't upgraded. Time trial, you get a fully 100% upgraded motorcycle. The same can be said for quick races as well. But our career mode, the bikes aren't upgraded, so we're not going to be as fast as we would be in the other game modes. So we'll have to take that into consideration. But after doing 5 or 6 laps, 5 or 6 races, should I say, with the adaptive AI, I genuinely felt that AI would be closer than this. The biggest notice, I guess, we've seen a moment ago was the fact they didn't accelerate full throttle down the straight, and I imagine that's losing them a lot of time in a track which doesn't even go on the throttle that much. So I can't imagine what it's like for a track with a monumental straight, something like Qatar, for example. But that's a shame. I was really hoping it would work and we would get a little bit more competitive. I had some decent races a couple of hours ago, but we did the Jack Miller video where I got took out by Marc Marquez, but then I was able to just claw back all that time to catch up to the podium position. So I don't think adaptive AI is for us. Across the line, 122.8. Hopefully I can continue to improve from the 122s, but one thing I will say is that I am not going to be slowing down for this video. I think I'm just going to absolutely go for it. Just give it everything in 110%, 120%, any more than you can think of. We'll just go for it to see what lap times we can produce around the wonderful circuit of the Sachsenring. But there is one thing I want to be absolutely transparent with, and I want you to be completely understanding. All those comments I've had about people saying, why not try adaptive AI again, or have you been asking why I'm not using the adaptive AI, this video here today is to figure out and to understand why the adaptive AI is slower. So this is not a haha told you so, this is why I'm not using adaptive AI. This is more us learning together, because I did read that some people were saying that adaptive AI, they were going a couple of tenths quicker than 120%. But as I was told by Milestone, the game only caps to 120%. So there might be parts of this circuit where the AI will adapt to 120% AI and then drop mid-corner to maybe something slower. I don't know how it works exactly, but I am sure and 100% certain that the game cannot produce difficulties higher than 120%. But I just wanted to make that absolutely clear that I am not having a go at anyone, and I don't want anyone to feel like, oh, sorry about that, sorry for making you try adaptive AI. Don't worry about it. Together, we are learning. And honestly, I think this is an important learning curve for us both, because it's been a while since I've tried adaptive AI, and I've put in some good couple of laps and a good few hours of adaptive AI, and it hasn't really adapted to my skill. That sounds big-headed, but you know what I mean. It hasn't positioned itself to my level in this game. Because I'm relatively quick. I can get like top 50s world records and stuff. Top 50s on the leaderboards. I'm not getting world records or esports times, but I can be quite competitive, and I don't think 120% is enough for me. I would like a little bit more. I have no qualm with finishing 10th, 15th, 5th, whatever. I enjoy it. In fact, I actually enjoy racing with our aces sometimes in the Ace Cups, in the Ace Academy Cups we've done in the past, because I'm never the best there, and I probably won't be. We have some incredibly talented riders in our Ace Academy, which I'll never be close to beating. They're too good. I can get like 1.4 seconds from Meerkat, maybe a second within Jake, and Jackhammer's like 2 or 3 seconds behind, but he doesn't count. He's a real life cheat code. But yeah, I think this was an important learning curve for us all. I will probably not try adaptive AI after this one. I don't want it to be like this. I don't want to be winning by 6 seconds. I mean, we're going to be winning here by 10, 15 seconds at the end of this one. We're just getting quicker. Apart from that last lap, we went 3 tenths slower. 3 tenths slower. I would like to improve upon that lap time. That's my focus of this video. I definitely chose wrong with the tyres. The game recommended medium rear tyre, and also the medium front. And for some reason, Muggins here thought that'd be a good idea. Now I'm wishing I went for the soft. At least then it would have been interesting towards the end of the race. Or at least it might be anyway with the mediums, because they aren't heating up. And sometimes having a tyre that's too cold is just as bad, if not worse, than having a tyre that's too hot. I can't seem to get... Oh, maybe here on the right-hand side, though, we'll get the rear tyre going. There we go. Bit nicer green, isn't it? Like the luscious green hills of, well, not necessarily the hills, but we got the trees and shrubbery around the circuit. That is one of my favourite words, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. Shrubbery. Beautiful word. Truly, truly beautiful. And shout out to the German guys I spoke to in BMW Motorrad days in Garmisch-Partenkirchen a couple of weeks ago. They said my accent was lovely. I'm not sure I agree with that. I have a decent accent, I can be relatively eloquent, but to be honest, I still sound like I'm from the northwest of England, from Warrington, like a commoner. Yep, still sound the same. Oh well, let's back to it then, let's keep on with the conversation. My aim here today is to just completely decimate the competition, set as many lap times as I can within a few times, and then chat about everything and nothing. Just chin wag and have fun with the aces. I really hope this video is not going to be too boring for you. You know me, I'll always try my best to make sure I can keep you entertained with something. It's got to be a conversation, there's got to be something we can conjure up to ensure that your 20-30 minutes are well spent listening to the dulcet tones of DrAce. Now, a couple of weeks' time will be my birthday weekend, and I will be in Mallory Park. So if you're going to be attending MRIF around 5, I think it is, let me know. I'd love to meet any of you guys who watch these videos, and we can have a chat about content and racing. Of course, I'll be commentating that day as well, so or that weekend, should I say. So I'm looking forward to that very much so. But on the brakes we go then. Trying to find a few more tents, still in the 122s, which is a welcome sight, but it's not improving. Off topic as well, I would like to vlog in Mallory Park. I've never really done a vlog. I did the little one in Donington when I went for the very first time with BMW Motorrad, and I went into the pits and I seen Peter Hickman's World Superbike. That's right, he was at World Superbike that weekend. It was his normal BSB bike, but of course changed ever so slightly for the World Superbike standards. I think Taz McKenzie was there as well. That was about 2 years ago now, I think. Scott Redding on the podium, I remember that. It was a cracking weekend, I really enjoyed it. But yeah, I'm going to try my hand at doing the full vlog thing. It's not something I've ever really tried to do. I don't mind doing it, but I think it always looks obnoxious to others when you're carrying a gimbal round chatting away. I mean, I guess you have to have sort of like sort of a crowd blindness to ignore them and just do the vlog. Goodness me, I'm losing the front there. See the way the front was folding there, and we're just chatting away. This bike feels amazing. I think I've mentioned this a few times, that the whole Noto 2 bikes in MotoGP 24, in fact even in 23 as well, they just feel stupendous. So good. The nimbility, the manoeuvrability of these motorcycles is just terrific. I can just chuck them in wherever I want. And it's probably one of the few classes, same as Moto 3 as well actually, where I can just talk away and just ride with fun. And just enjoy the experience rather than stressing. Not every race is like that. Of course, the Aston race was rather stressful. Trying to ensure that we got through all of the riders there in our hardest difficulty in the game after starting from the back of the grid and then challenging for the victory all the way to the end was certainly a very special race. It was thoroughly enjoyable. So into the left-hander then, 0.2 of a second, as we're piling on the pressure here from any competition. Not like we're going to see any competition. I don't think we're going to be able to lap anyone. We've got a long way to go before we even think about getting the blue flags anywhere, but it's going absolutely swimmingly. And I would probably say, with the way this bike is leveled up in the team comparison, these lap times are probably the best we can do with the tools we've got. In time trial mode, yeah, with a fully upgraded bike, probably 121s, yeah, they're easy to do, but I feel like I'm pushing here and I still can't get close to the low 122s. Highest we're going to get is, well, the best lap time we're going to get is a 122.8, which we have been close to, and still within reason. Only 0.4 of a second is the difference on lap 10. And that rear tyre is still not warmed up. How much more aggressive do you want me to be on the throttle? There's literally nothing else I can do. Oh, and I've got a friend request pop up again. I hope that doesn't come up in the video. Surely not. I usually have all that stuff turned off. I'm trying to make sure there's no distractions that pop up on the screen. I always find that's a nightmare One of the classics is always the Discord notification noise. When that clicks and everyone who's watching on PC then goes to their Discord to see who's messaged them, that's a nightmare. If you don't get an immediate reply from me on Discord, that's why I turn off all notification noises. But yeah, shout out to the friend request. I didn't actually see who it was, but yeah, shout out to you who's added me here on Steam. I get a lot of invitations now on Steam, but I'm afraid I don't play online often enough to actually warrant the invitation in the first place, so I must get back to doing some online races. We do have the Ace Academy Championship starting very, very soon. All the teams and riders have been chosen. Myself and the race coordinators are deciding on the tracks. And then, providing I've got all my graphics done, we'll be ready to start. Little bit of a hint for you though, I'm not sure how this one's going to go, and I think it could be my last one. I'm not particularly a big fan of starting and organising all the championships. I enjoy the commentary, but I don't enjoy the rest of it. So I'm not sure I'll be doing another one, but we'll see for the future. Never say never on the DrAce channel. If you are looking forward to the Ace Academy Championship, or if you're actually competing in it, then let me know, because it's been a bit of a quiet topic on the channel. It's more so the Discord server where everyone goes crazy for it, but on the channel, not so much. So I think it's probably better to focus on the single player, the career mode, the time trials, the guides, more than the championships. But we'll see. We'll see what happens in the future. Now, I do have a video coming out very soon, actually, which was inspired by a recent comment. Top of my head, I can't remember who it was, but you'll see the video when it comes. It's to compare manual gears to automatic gears. Now, I have been using manual gears since the birth of Superbike 22. I felt that game really made the difference if you understood the gearing more than trying to let automatic deal it for you. I used to enjoy automatic gears only for the purpose of the upshifts, and I would do the downshifts myself. Now, having competing in Ace Academy Cups, riding in single player, having that ability to choose when to do your upshifts does make a difference, especially for the likes of avoiding wheelie. Wheeling can be avoided if you just upshift sometimes, depending on the track, depending on the bike of course, but it's quite important to get used to. I don't think it's like night and day difference, but it's worth a few tenths. I know a lot of players really swear by setups. Of course, I don't use any setups, I just leave everything at default. But the gearing is something I do make sure I do. Triangle as my upshift and R1 as my downshift finds a good balance for me to be able to click both buttons when necessary. I still don't think my gearing is perfect. Like right now, I'm dropping down to second gear. I feel like it's appropriate. But then when I get back onto the power, I realise how quickly I'm back in third gear. So in realistic terms, it's probably not good for the rider to be downshifting and upshifting so often. But I have a habit, dropping down second gear, it feels right to me now, back up to third gear. I think I could probably work on that to have a better sensibility with the racing. But I still get good lap times and I can still win against the hardest difficulty. So I don't think it's the end of the world to master the gearing, but it's probably going to find you a good few tenths. But yeah, long story short, I've got a video like that coming out very, very soon. I'm comparing the two. And yeah, let me know what you think of that video. I think it's going to be a cool idea, so thank you to those who recommended the idea. It was more so a conversation where the commenter, the viewer, said about what do you think is faster, and that's where we're going to put it to the test. So that'll come out towards the end of this week. And of course, we do have more career mode races as well. Straight after this one is Silverstone. Pretty much ready for Silverstone. Of course, I haven't won there in our MotoGP 24 career mode yet, so it could be a special one. Didn't win there with Alex Rins a few weeks ago either, and I won't be winning with Cal Crutchlow, because unfortunately Cal Crutchlow's not going to be there in Silverstone this week, in a few weeks' time, which is a damn shame. And of course, this weekend we do have World Superbike back. Back-to-back in World Superbike, can you believe it? It's absolutely madness, that, isn't it? Who would have thought that? We've had races once every month for ages, and now finally we've got a back-to-back from Donington to Most. It's going to be a cracking weekend, that. Do not count out Toprak Razgatlioglu. He loves that circuit. In fact, Scott Redding likes that track as well, so hopefully he does well too. But as we go on to the break, speaking of Superbike, I do have the video coming out very soon of the Superbike 2024 mod, made by Tyron, I think it's pronounced. So I'm going to be looking at that very soon. And I'll be doing a video for you very, very soon as well. Might get that done for this weekend as well, especially considering that Most is going to be on the telly. So I'll be keeping an eye out for that. But on to the right-hander then. This is the first corner, and we are about a tenth quicker in that first split. So when we did set the 122.8 from earlier on, it's been pretty close, hasn't it? Our lap times are beginning to organise themselves into the mid-23s. And with only about 6.5 laps to go now, we're probably going to get 123 every lap time. I'd be happy with that. Providing I don't burn up the rear, which, in fact, we just need to warm up the rear. Someone didn't put the tyre warmers on or something. Unless I'm just too smooth on the throttle. Not very aggressive with the throttle. That's something I think works well for me, because I tend to have a lot of tyre life towards latter stages of Grand Prix, but I think sometimes I'm probably not aggressive enough. So maybe if I was that little bit more flamboyant and pushed that little bit harder, maybe those better lap times could be found. I feel like sometimes under the braking as well, I'm more gentle and smooth rather than aggressively in and out. And I think sometimes that could be the difference maker for lap times. Something we'll have to look at in the future, but for now, I'm against the adaptive AI. I've been chatting for about 20 minutes now, having fun with you guys, just enjoying the time spent in the Sachsenring. Are we getting closer to the back markers? Into the Omega corner, we're passing the first split now. We are closing in, but I don't know if we can close it. Oh, I got a track limit warning. I should have been paying attention. Oh, that's my first one. I did so well. 16 laps. Well, 15 laps before getting a track limit warning. I'm trying to work out whether we could actually pass those back markers. We're going to have to be really quick. But I think we're pulling about a second and a bit on the AI every lap. So I think we can. I really do feel like we can catch up to the back of these guys, providing we don't drop into the 124s. We're going to have to keep on keeping on with a lot of pace. Gotta say, this bike feels really good. Brings a smile to my face every time. In fact, all of MotoGP 24 does. Even making the videos brings a smile to my face. Hard to talk when you're grinning as wide as a Cheshire cat. I do very much enjoy these videos, and I certainly hope you guys do as well. If you are, don't forget to like and subscribe, of course. I mean, if you've been watching for 16 laps of me talking just waffle, then you deserve an extra pat on the back, and I am indebted to you. Thank you very much for watching the video. If you are still watching at this point, then leave a comment that says you're still watching at lap 17. I would appreciate that. But look at that consistency. Pretty decent job, if I do say so myself. I think we've done all right. I think we've done pretty well here today. Adaptive AI, of course, hasn't put us under the pressure that I thought we would be under, but it's okay. Every now and again, we have these races where we just dominate. It's normal. It's natural. Top Rack dominating Donington. Jorge Martin would have dominated in Sachsenring until he crashed. And of course, Fermin Aldeguer kind of dominated in Sachsenring as well, I guess. He certainly looked the best out of all the other Moto2 riders, that's for damn sure. Did I just see one of their riders going into the penultimate corner here for the Saxon curve? Maybe not. I was trying to get a look ahead to see if we could just catch the riders in front of us. But we're on the same straight now. Oh my god, this is going to be a bad lap time. This, cross the line. Ooh. Don't go into the 124s. That'll put this down as a bad job if we do. So on to the right hand side of the tyre then. Would really like that medium tyre to warm up. Bit of a hint for you then, guys. If you're doing your Moto2 career mode at this point and you're yet to tackle the Sachsenring, don't choose the medium rear. Clearly too soft. Clearly too hard to actually build up the temperature. Get the soft, make it asymmetric, and go for it. Not like you can choose if it's asymmetric or not, but still. We must be close now to the rear tyre of whoever it is in 30th place. Can't see them yet. I think if we're going to see them anywhere, it will be coming out of the waterfall section and down to turn 12. If we can see them by then, I wouldn't mind betting that we can catch them on the final lap. I have never lapped anyone in our Moto2 career, but there they are! There they are! Yes, we're closing in rather rapidly, as a matter of fact. Sorry to scream down your ear there, I got rather excited. Some action, ladies and gentlemen. We can finally overtake. It's been 17 laps, 16, 15 laps, whatever it's been since we last made an overtake. Ooh, steady. Almost ran off the circuit there. Getting excited. It's like being on a desolate island for years and finally seeing civilization again. It's like Castaway, isn't it, with Tom Hanks? I'll start screaming Wilson in a moment. We've found civilization again. We're back in it. And we're going to get an overtake soon. Look at the lap times are improving now, aren't they? Bit of a boost, exactly what we needed. Like the Cadbury's chocolate bar boost. That's a cracking chocolate bar, by the way. That's a quick segue into it. If I was sponsored by Boost, that would have been the perfect segue, I'm telling you. Would have been like Linus Tech Tips' segues, but not as cringy. Would have been beautiful, that. I could really go for a Cadbury's Boost right now. But I think I'll have my tea first. I'm still pretty hungry. I've got bolognese tonight. Comment bolognese if you're ready for tea. Oh God, I have lost the plot in today's video. Here we go then. Alex Escreege, the number 11. Reveal yourself as a lapped man. Adhere to the blue flags, my friend, because the Red Bull KTM IO rider has dispossessed you of last place again. In fact, what a nightmare it is for both Xavi Artigas and Alex Escreege being this far behind your race leader. They are now 1 minute 22 behind, or whatever it would be, for a standard lap here. Goodness me, they're so slow into the first corner. I'll take that. I'll pretend he gave way. Thanks, Xavier. I appreciate that, my friend. Now, Senna Aegis, could you do the same? Oh my God, don't bother then. Bloody hell. Am I really under... Yeah, of course I am. Move out the way! Blue flags! Christ almighty! Temperatures changed as well, actually. Weather conditions are changing here. The Senna Aegis played the... don't know who's trying to benefit there. Oh, and I got a warning for that. What a pillock. Adhere to the blue flags and I wouldn't have to bump you out of the way, will I? Not a fan of those who don't adhere to blue flags. I'll always praise people for moving out of the way. And you know what? Our streak of 1 minute 22s and 23s is going to come to an end here. If that gap... Oh, no, it's over a second. If that goes any higher, then that means we are going to set a 1 minute 24 again. Oh, and there's riders in front of us as well. If only we had more laps. Maybe not. Probably a lot of you already tuned off by now. It ended the video going, he's talking about bolognese, that lad. What's he doing? God, there's no one here. We're ready. We're absolutely dominating. 2 track limit warnings, a very cold rear tyre, and a 24.5 second advantage to Fermin Aldeguer. Well, I am ready to move up to MotoGP, I think. 53 points clear from Fermin Aldeguer. That's only 2 races we can afford to mess up on. Don't want to mess up on any, of course. But next time out will be Silverstone. One time Red Bull Ring after that. Those are 2 tracks that I do relatively well at. Red Bull Ring, I'll put that down now. I think I'll win that one. I do really like the Red Bull Ring of Austria. We will be starting from the back of the grid. Very difficult to get through into the Niki Lauda curve and then into the 2A and 2B. So that could be tough. But I guess we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But look at that, we're still rapidly progressing quickly to get onto the rear tyre, whomever that is. Can we see? Is it Darren Binder? Looks a bit like Senna Aegis from the back, so it must be the Liqui Intact team. See if we can get close enough on the brakes here. Cross into the Queckenberg. It is. It's Darren Binder, then Giammamassi ahead. But ladies and gentlemen, that is your victory here in the Sachsenring. Thanks for sticking around to watch this one. I certainly hope you enjoyed. And let's take a look at the results. Yeah, those lap times are crap. Yeah, adaptive AI, big on. Thumbs down for adaptive AI. All that effort as well, like 5-6 races, maybe more, just to try and get the adaptive AI to a decent level. It's not worked. So who did we pass in the end? It was Artigas and the Screech with Senna Aegis, a minute 35 behind. Let's take a look at the championship standings, and I do believe we are 53 points ahead of Fermin Aldeguer, 70 clear from Celestino, and 100 clear from Joe Roberts. He was right there in the fight at the beginning of the season, that's a shame. And the team's championship? Still looking promising. Dennis Onchu, come on son. Only 9 points helping us in the team's championship. But yes, I digress for now. Thank you very much for watching this video. I sincerely hope you enjoyed. I will see you in tomorrow's video. So yeah, ciao for now. Don't forget to like and subscribe as well. Peace. Ciao for now. Anything else to say before we go? I don't think so. See you later guys. Ciao for now. Oh hi, didn't quite see you there. Good to see you're still here. If this video didn't quite sate your appetite, then why not watch some more DrAce content by clicking the video shown on screen now. Furthermore, if you would like to follow me on social media, you can do so now with the links down in the description. Consider subscribing so you don't miss a single DrAce video.